Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to the fourth video in the Road to the World Cup series, and this time around we are covering the final team in Group A, which is Cameroon, and they scored some of the best goals so far in this series, so look forward to those. And let's get into the squad to start off with. On goal we do have Kameni, and he got 70 games for the national team, and he's probably on Ultimate Team one of the worst keepers I've tried out so far this year. 82 diving, 83 reflexes are alright, but apart from that, his stats are terrible and he concedes quite a few stupid goals, and I would definitely not recommend you to try him out because he's not exactly the best keeper. But moving on to the first center back, which is Eto'o. 69 pace, 83 defending, 85 heading, and he's really strong as well, so he's a solid center back. The only downside is that he only is 6 feet tall, so sometimes he can struggle a little bit against crosses, but apart from that, a solid center back. And we got Eto'o there, 77 pace, 72 passing, 82 defending, 76 heading. He's a solid center back as well. The only downside to him is the same as Eto'o. He's not the tallest, he's only 5 feet 11, so the downside to this center back duo is basically they can struggle against crosses, but everything on the ground, they're very solid at closing down, so it is a quite good center back duo that I could recommend. On the right back, we do have Angwa, 89 pace, high work rates, good defending for a silver, and he can both help out in the attack and stay back and defend, so a very solid player there. And on the left back, we got Badimo, 81 pace, and some all-round solid stats in the 70s, and then 60 shooting, which isn't really necessary for a left back anyway. So yeah, a solid player there as well. Now moving on to the first center mid, which is Alex Song, who played 42 games for the Cameroon national side, and he got 3-star skills, high defensive work rate, good defending stats, and all-round solid stats in the 70s. A very good player as a holding mid, defensive mid there. I can definitely recommend him. The next center mid is Mbia. He was a center back last year. He's a midfielder now, and he got good defending stats on him, medium work rates, and only 2-star skills, so you can't really pull off that much stuff with him. And the same thing goes for McCoon, only 2-star skills on him, and he got good defensive stats on him and medium work rates. And yeah, it's not exactly the most creative midfield you got there. 2-star skillers and a 3-star skiller, so I kind of wish there were a 4-star skiller from Cameroon on Ultimate Team. It would be really nice to just have a bit more creativity in the midfield, but they're really good at defending and does the job. Like, the core and defense of this squad is really solid. And then you do have Emana on the center attacking mid. He played 42 games for the national team, and he's a solid player, all on good stats in the 70s, good strength on him, 3-star skills, and he scored a quite nice goal for me as well, which you'll see soon enough. The first striker is Chopo Moting, and he is amazing to play with. He's quite tall, he got decent pace on him, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, and yeah, he's a really fun player to play with. And he played 22 games for the national team and scored 9 goals, so that is not too bad of a goal tally, to be honest. So a solid striker there to have on the top. And of course the main man, Samuel Eto'o, 91 pace, 81 shooting, 86 dribbling, 75 heading. He is the captain for the national team, played 114 games and scored 55 goals. And he actually got an inform yesterday, and I thought of picking him up, but he was just way too expensive compared to me, like compared to the fact that I actually got all the goals I needed for the squad, and I didn't really want to splash that much coins out just to put him in the squad and talk about him. So yeah, I used this regular card and it was amazing, and I bet his inform is ridiculous as well. But let's move on to the substitutes. The first one is Eto'o, and he's a solid left back as well, but I did prefer Badimo over him. However, Eto'o got some decent free kick stats on him, and he did actually score a free kick for me, which you'll see in the gameplay. Then we got Basong. He's a tall and strong center back, and he got all-round good stats on him. And the same thing goes for Matip. I believe he's 6 feet 5 tall, good pace, defending and heading stats on him, good passing as well. And that's just, it shows that Cameroon, they got so many good defensive players. It's ridiculous. You can build a really solid core of your squad with those players. Then you got Neum on the right back. I believe he's 6 feet 1 tall and 86 strength, decent pace on him, good defending, and he's a really solid right back as well. Then you got Eto'o. He's the substitute for Song on the center spot in the midfield, and he got good defending on him and is a solid player. Then we got Nguemo. I believe he played 37 games for the national team. He got all on solid stats in the 70s, and he's a substitute for Mbia or McCoon, and he got 3-star skill moves, so he can pull off a few things. And then we got Overton. He had the national Netherlands nationality, but he changed it to Cameroon, and he played a few games for the Cameroon national side. And 82 pace, 71 shooting, 76 dribbling, and he was really fun to play on the center attacking mid spot, and he scored a few really nice goals for me, especially one goal that you'll probably like, really ridiculous goal he scored. But next player is Isabelle Vaca, probably butchered his name, and he got 86 pace, he's quite quick. However, I didn't really use him that much. He only got 3-star skill moves, and I preferred Moting and Eto'o on the top. And we also had Sally as our final player, which had 4-star skills and was a little bit faster than Isabelle Vaca. And I did prefer him over Isabelle Vaca, mainly because he had the 4-star skills, and I could pull off a few skill moves with him. And that is pretty much all for the squad. So let's get into the gameplay and let's watch those goals I was talking about in the start of the episode. So we start off as usual with kind of the more defensive players getting the goals here. We find Eto'o, who rushes forward, and he will chip the keeper to get a goal after some nice work there from Eto'o to find him. Then we do have Eto'o, who scored a free kick for me. He was somehow able to curve it around the wall. His free kick stats are quite decent, and he gets a goal here. And then we do move on to the more attacking players. Here you have Emana with a lovely volley from the outside of the box. And if I should talk about the squad overall, I will have to say you kind of had 7 players defending in some way. You had of course the 4 defenders, and then you had the 3 center mids who all had insane defending stats, but not really much stuff going forward. But here you see the goal I was talking about from Overtoom. Ridiculous shot, that one goes in off the post in the top corner, and that is probably one of the best goals I've scored so far. But back to talking about the squad, you kind of had the 7 players staying back and defending most of the time. Of course, the midfielders could support the attack, but it was mainly the 2 strikers and the center attacking mid creating the stuff with this squad. And to be honest, it worked out quite well because Eto'o and Moting are really good on the game. And here you see a bit of the gameplay from Moting. He's quite skillful. Here he goes with a little rainbow flick over the defender, and he puts it into the far corner there, and he scored a few nice goal dribble runs for me. He's on the ball again, cutting inside the pitch, and he will go past several defenders here before making his way into the box and getting a lovely little goal. But of course, there was one main man in the squad, and that was Samuel Eto'o, and he was by far the best player in my opinion. He scored some pretty nice goals here. We have a little bit of dribble run going past 2 defenders, and the keeper comes out. He goes past him, and he'll put it into the back of the net. And I thought it looked pretty cool in the replay. He just about pulls off the ball roll in time to go past the keeper there, and then get the goal for himself. And he scored a free kick for me as well. His free kick stats are actually alright. They're not outstanding, but still they can do the job, and you can score some power free kicks from distance with him as well. And finally, his shooting is just ridiculous. This is the final goal with him, and he stops up with the fake shot. He lifts it up into there, and yeah, look at that volley. It's ridiculous. And another very beautiful volley in this episode. So yeah, that is pretty much all for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. And I would just want to say a huge thank you for the 200,000 subscribers, which we hit this morning or something like that. And yeah, just a huge thanks to you guys for all this continuous support. And we'll see if I can figure out something special. But nonetheless, the next team we'll be covering in the Road to the World Cup series is Spain. And I guess it will be out within a week to 2 weeks. And that is pretty much all. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.